Hello everyone. Hi. So my name is Davide La Sala and I'm a character technical director for movies, which means I'm taking care of all the digital characters in animated movies and in like visual effect movies like Harry Potter or X-Men and those kind of movies. So on the forum, on the Aldebaran forum, I'm Dax2K, and the little guy you can see there is called Dix. DX. So, and in my experience, I worked on, let me check, a lot of movies like The Croods, Turbo, Underdog for Disney, and these are just the animated movies I worked on. My website is not completely up to date, so I should put all the movies I've been working on the last 2 years, like Guardians of the Galaxy, and currently I'm working on the new reboot of Fantastic Four and Cinderella and many other movies. So it's kind of different from robotics, but it is also where everything started, because originally I wanted to do animatronics for movies, but then at that point in time electronics was very expensive and you had to deal with gravity and motors getting hot and a lot of problems. So I decided to move and do virtual characters. So it was cheaper and easier. So today I would like to show you how to get into your NAO and make it very personal. And obviously the following talk features stunts performed either by professional or under supervision of professional. According to me, Dax, the producer, you should not attempt what I try to do myself, so it can be very dangerous. So welcome to NAO modding. So when I got my NAO, I have to move. Sorry, I did this presentation while I was on the bus this morning, so I have to. Okay, so everybody knows NAO. So as you can see from the the Aldebaran pictures, it is this guy is kind of very useful for a lot of purposes, but it's not really your robot. It's kind of very flat. So as you can see, like during nighttime, it wasn't very happy. So it was there trying to chill out a little bit. Here you can see him talking with Roomba. I don't know if you can see it very well, but as you can see, Roomba also have eyes. So I tried to mod it a little bit. And he's here chilling out, reading his Robot Graffiti magazine. But then he wasn't very happy. So what I did, it was, sorry. What's going on? Okay. So he wasn't very happy. So what I tried first was a simple, very simple thing that I did. I tried to put stickers on him. So I put a pair of mustache. These are his, he has a Facebook page, so where sometimes I put information and things. And then I put sunglasses on him. But see, yeah, obviously there is an Instagram pics of him as well. And here he was showing up, a problem he had with the leg, as you can see. But he was happy, but not completely. So he tried to be, an actor. And this is the set where he was performing his presentation with a green screen. And I have here the video that he originally made.
My name is NAO. I'm a humanoid robot, imagined and manufactured by Alibaba Robotics. I come with a software and I'm fully programmable. I'm autonomous, and I can connect to the internet through Wi-Fi. I can recognize your face, answer your questions, play music, grab objects, and even play soccer like a pro. I've more than 2,000 brothers and sisters and use all around the world, in universities and research laboratories. Do you want more technical details?
Yes.
Counting every articulation in my body, I have 25 degrees of freedom. The sunars located in my torso allow me to detect obstacles that I might encounter. My 2 cameras give me an enlarged field of vision. Thanks to them, I can look right in front of me, or at my feet, to avoid walking where I should not. The 4 microphones around my head allow me to detect the origin of sounds nearby. Oh, well, I think about it. There are 4 force-sensitive resistors under each of my feet. Combined with my inertial sensor, they help me keep my balance. I can use some lips to express various emotions and interact with you. And you, on the other hand, can use my tactile sensors on the head, for example, to pass me some information. Well, I guess that's enough for the moment. Thank you for listening to me.
And obviously the presentation, but it was a nice experiment that I did with the green screen, and a lot of people, they were saying, "Man, no, this is a CG character." And I told them, no, this is a real robot. Because they never seen a robot moving like that before, so everybody was really surprised. But then I will keep going with the modifications, and then after the stickers, I had to solve a small issue with the cable, because the cable of the power was kind of disconnecting. So this was like the first real modification I did on the robot, which it was just 2 pieces of Velcros to stick the back of the cable here, so it was not falling down while he was walking on doing his own tricks.
I did that as well. That's a great mod.
Cool. But I will get there. But what I'm planning to do is to maybe 3D print a new back plate for the battery, which includes a kind of a holder for this. Or I was thinking about doing, like a band, a soft band with rubber, so you can hold the cable better. Or thinking about it, just plug it in the other direction would be something nice to have. But then, okay, while I was doing presentation around, I decided, but it looks also that he's naked. I know he's a robot, but so I started taking measurement of the hands and the size of the arm, and proportion like that. Yeah, and then I noticed something very cool, that the distance between the neck and the pelvis is the same between the shoulder. And then I said, okay, let's find something that can fit this guy. So I found this. So see, it was looking. Actually, these are clothes for a 9-10 months years old toddler. Yeah. Yeah, and so it was fitting very nice. I had to cut the pants a little bit because the knees are like very huge, so it wasn't fitting very well, and it was working nicely. But this was still the beginning of everything, because it changed a lot after this. Then I was basically having some issues letting him grip something very... so basically at the beginning it didn't have a very good grip. So what I did also was taking measurement and everything. And what I found these rubber rings. They were like $2 for like 30 pieces. It was very cheap. Oh, what's going on? And so what I did, I put these rubber bands here, like between the fingers, so they were not in conflict with the joints, so I wasn't touching the hardware. So I was putting rubber bands here. And as you can see, maybe, this is kind of the final result. Also, what I tried to glue them a little bit, but that was really not needed because they are very sturdy and very strong. So once you put it there, they are good to go. And I did that obviously with the other end. And so with this additional rubber, like the grip was way stronger, and there were way more friction, because the NAO hand is like not soft but a solid and a solid plastic, so without any friction at all. So you cannot really hold another piece of solid plastic with no friction. So this is the solution, the very cheap solution I found to solve this issue. Also, I tried to do something else, which I don't think I have any picture here, but I tried to make his finger touchscreen compatible. So what I did, I bought some very cheap stylus for like a few pounds, and I cut the top, and I put the top of the rubber here, but it doesn't really work, because the stylus works with your body as well, because you're a conductor. So there is a piece of rubber which is magnetized. No, it's kind of electrostatic plastic or something, but the stylus always has a piece of metal inside, or aluminum or something, so that is creating a circuit with your body and everything. So attaching just a piece of rubber wasn't really working. You can do that maybe if you connect a wire somewhere, or I think it's doable. Also, I tried with there is also a magnetic sponge that you can use, but I think I will end up by just let him hold the stylus and do something like this. It will be way easier. And then, okay, then there is all the secret images that I never shared with anybody about this modding, which is basically, I wasn't really happy about the original white color of NAO. So what I did, I repainted entirely and make it black. So it was a very, very, very difficult process, because I took NAO parts completely, repaint every single piece, and put it back together. So it also took me like a lot of money, because during the process I broke one part, so I had to send it for repair. So these are the paints I've used.
Which part did you break?
Basically, I'm gonna get there. So basically, the problem was that yeah, I will get there. So yeah, this was just a simple model spray paint, flat black. But now, if I had to redo it again, I was thinking to use the rubberized paint, which can give you more grip and more. No, I think it will be better than a flat black. So what I did, so here we are starting with the scary pictures. Just a second. Okay. So I took the two shells apart, because they looked like they were the easiest part to repaint. There were only 2 screws. So I did that. and this was the initial result. So I was quite happy with it. But not every single part of NAO has an internal, let's say, structure. For example, this part inside is completely empty. So if you open this part, there is nothing inside. So your arms will fall down. So the entire rest of the body, like the legs, the lower arm, the torso, and the head, obviously they have stuff inside, but not here. So, but I found it while I was working on it. So then I took the legs apart, and as you can see, the internal structure, it was the lower leg is divided in 3 pieces, like these 2, and then this other piece in the back. And every single piece was painted 3 times. So there was a primer, then 2 layers of black, and then a final coat just to do the finishing. The problem was that, see, this also checking what was going on.
Kind of reminds me of C-3PO in the
Exactly.
You know, he's kind of partial.
Exactly. So the other thing was that by doing that, for critical areas like the knees, I was increasing the volume of the pieces. So by doing 3 layers of coat here and 3 layers of coat for the upper legs, the joint was not able to move freely anymore because I was adding, let's say, maybe 4 millimeters between the 2 pieces, so it was an issue. So right now I have some paint that came off from here because obviously the 2 pieces were colliding together. So as you can see here, the lower part was done. Then I was keep doing experiments. I painted black this piece here. Here. Yeah, this is a scary one, but not that scary because there are even more scarier than this, because the critical part was the head, which is this one. Now this is the chest, sorry. So as you can see, the sonar, all the connection for the main board. This is the connection between the head and the body. So yeah. Also, I found out the secret sticker, the ghost style stickers. And yeah, this was the front chest when I basically mask it and all the different parts. And this is the head. So basically, the problem I had with the head was that the camera, which is sitting here on NAO, is attached to the board here. So even if I was super careful when I took the front part of the head apart, I snapped the cable. So I broke this cable. Yeah, because see, there is this little clips here, so the camera is here, and then it's connected to the main board. But even if I was very careful, it snapped, so I had to get that fixed, unfortunately. So this is now face with all the LEDs that you can see here, the sensors, the infrared sensors, and the connections.
Is it a 3 or a 4 head?
It's a V4. Yes. And this is actually the inner part of the arm here, so it's empty. And this was like a critical, yeah. But the reason why I took all these pictures, not because I wanted to document everything, but also because it was my reference to put it back together. Otherwise, there was no way to do it. Also, I had different, labels for all the screws, and it was I think, and it took me entirely like more than 2 weeks to do everything, because obviously the paint had to dry and stuff like that. Then this is some additional masking. And this is the guy back together with a new black face, and these are some artistic pictures that I took. So then he is back together with his new color, new hand grip, and everything was working, but the camera obviously that I had to get repaired. And then the last part was to repaint these basically hand pieces. And he is back together. So now he's doing his Tai Chi performance, and everything was back to normal. And so the other, let me see if I have something else. Yeah. The other modification I did was, wasn't real a modification, but I added, a new accessory to NAO, which is a backpack, where you can basically, carry his own network cable, a soft Red Ball, the animal card game cards and stuff like that.
And extra battery power for the road.
Exactly. Also, it's kind of a safety, also kind of backpack, because if it falls back, the back is soft, so it's okay. And it's not really interfering with the motion or anything. Even the walking is fine. And so basically, let me see if I can find. So this is him trying to stand up, but he can do that because the backpack ends here, so he has enough space to be able to do that. And I think there is also the brand of this backpack, which is Little Life, which is a normal backpack for kids. But I thought that now he's painted black, and he had to have the spider, because I think there are many different styles, like the dinosaurs one, the frog. They have many different designs. And also I had to remove. I did a little bit of modification to the backpack. So I removed some straps that were too long, and here all these backpack, they comes with I think a rain hat or something. So I had to cut that out. So I had an extra pocket that I was able to use to put a pen or something. Yeah. And so what else? And then I have some other random pictures when it was completely done and I was going around. This was basically at some friend's house where everybody fell in love with NAO. And there were two small kids, and he was kind of playing with them. And it was the cool thing was that he was perfectly fitting into the kids' house stuff. And here is another experiment I did where I ran choreograph in one of the smallest PC in the world, which is like about the size of my hand. So you can also run choreograph there, and it was working.
Was it Ubuntu?
Huh?
What was the OS?
Yeah, I think it was. No, I don't know. It was I think it was maybe Ubuntu Mini or something. It was called Mini something.
Yeah.
And then it's like some very cool shots where you can see his eyes, and they pop up more now.
He reminds me of, there's a very old movie by Fred Astaire, where he has one of the numbers he paints himself in black and like very white eyes and mouth. And
Really? Cool. And I can show you now how it looks, not from real, because now it is at home, and I'm currently doing renovation, so it's like hidden in the attic. And before doing that, I'm going to show you another very cool picture, which is a thermal scan image of NAO, because I like to do crazy things with my electronic stuff and everything. And at one point I had an issue with the leg, and you can clearly see from this image where the issue was. So this was when I turned that on, and then I had an issue with the left leg. You can see here that the left leg, it was hold on, it was getting warmer and warmer and warmer. So from here you were able to see what was going on. And not everybody saw a picture of. I think there is an X-ray picture of NAO somewhere. Yeah.
I take one in the customs in China.
Oh.
Pictures,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
And then I think there is. This is something. This is one of the app that I've created, which is called NAO Smart. And NAO Smart is like a version of Siri for NAO. So you can ask many things to him. And I would like to run this for you, so you can. Wait, let me do full screen.
Hi there. I'm very smart, so ask me anything. Please speak clearly, loud and very close to my head when my eyes turn red. Okay. Good. What do you need to know?
What time is it?
What time is it? Is that correct?
Yes.
Let me think. It is 4:38 p.m. Anything else do you want to know?
Yes.
What are you looking for?
What's the weather like in London?
What's the weather like? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Let me think. London, City of London, Greater London. It is currently sunny, 46 Fahrenheit. Do you need something else?
Yes.
What are you looking for?
Next train from London to Paris.
Next train from London to Paris. Is that correct?
Yes.
Let me think. Your trip starts with Eastern Standard Time 9046 at 5:01 p.m. in London Street, Pancras International on Thursday, 28:02, and takes 3 hours and 16 minutes. You will arrive in Paris Nord Eurostar at 8:17 p.m. on Thursday, 28:02. Anything else do you want to know?
Yes.
What do you need to know?
How tall is the Eiffel Tower?
How old? Is that correct?
No?
It looks like I have trouble understanding you. Can you show me the question?
Yes.
Okay, I will give you a moment to write the name down. Are you ready?
No?
Okay, I will give you a moment to write the name down. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, hold the name in front of my eyes. How tall is the Eiffel Tower? Is that what you mean?
Yes.
Let me think. The Eiffel Tower stands at 324 meters or 1,063 feet, including its TV mast. Do you need something else?
No?
Okay. Smart.
Rest.
Okay.
And obviously it can keep going and going on. So here I was using an API from Panos, which they do the application called Jenny on Android, and they do have a free APIs that you can use, and it will basically react as Siri. So I was using a combination of Google speech to text to send them a string, and they will return me with another string with some answer. This is something else I did. Just moving away a little bit from modding, which is a radio boat app.
Hey. Welcome to RadioBot, your personal robotic music butler. Do you want to know how to use this app, or do you want to play the radio? Say, play our instructions.
Instructions.
This is how it works. Please tell me the name of the artist, band, or genre you want to listen to, and I will try to play their music, or something similar. I'm sure you will like it. Please speak clearly, loud, and very close to my head when my eyes turn red. While the radio is playing, you can press my feet bumpers to raise or lower the volume. If you want to change the station, or if the radio station doesn't work, or if you just want to close this app, please press my middle head button or touch my hands. Ready? Okay. Do you want to know how to use this app, or do you want to play the radio? Say, play our instructions.
Play.
Okay.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Is that what you mean?
Yes.
From Radio Pillar Tunes. Do you want to listen to something else?
Yes.
Tell me the name of the artist, band, or genre.
David Bowie.
David Bowie? Is that correct?
Yes.
From Radio Hot Rocks Radio.
Request for Green Day, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, and also a request for the Rolling Stones, one of my favorite bands. I can't get no satisfaction.
want to listen to something else?
Yes.
Tell me the name of the artist, band, or genre.
House music.
House music. Did I get it right?
Yes.
From Radio Dance Blaster.com. Do you want to listen to something else?
Yes.
Tell me the name of the artist, band, or genre.
No.
Tell me the name of the artist, band, or genre.
Michael Jackson.
Michael. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now playing Focus, Sylvia from Radio Pillar Tunes. Do you want to listen to something else?
Yes.
Tell me the name of the artist, band, or genre.
Metallica.
Metallica. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now playing Don't You every time you turn around from Radio Hot Rocks Radio. Do you want to listen to something else?
No.
Okay.
Which is not the same, but is kind of related or cool. So, if you guys have any questions about any of this, like any of the apps or the apps you have seen, let me know.
Why did you think you have to open it to paint it? Why don't you try to paint it without?
Because I'm stupid. Because it was easier to took it apart. Because you know I didn't want to mask everything and then paint it. Because there is a reason why. Because the paint I was using, it wasn't really good to use inside. So I basically what I did, I took it apart because I was painting all the pieces and putting it on the balcony outside during the night time. Otherwise, I didn't want to leave now outside with the fresh paint, with the humidity and stuff. So this is why. And I thought it was easier because when I started removing these pieces, it was just an outside shell. So I said, okay, it will be easy. But then I didn't want to leave him like half black and half white. So I said, okay, let's try to do it. Yes.
Are your videos online?
Yes, so all the apps are available on the community website. All the videos are on YouTube on my channel, which is a DA XX2K. Also, there is a 1 hour presentation that I did at DreamWorks when I was there. It's an hour presentation. I think it's the only 1 hour presentation of NAO online at this point.
Yeah, the nice animation we've made for you.
Exactly. Aldebaran was great because while I was working there, I created a little bit of a contest. If somebody was creating, creating something DreamWorks themed, like an application or an animation or something. I was giving them like rewards, and he won like a DreamWorks jumper, yeah, because he did an animation of maybe I have it somewhere, yeah.
Actually, I don't do it. It's Valentin.
Yeah, Valentin.
We brainstorm together.
Yeah. So I can show it to you.
It's on YouTube. I think it's public or not.
So, this one. So this is the presentation I did back in 2012. And I think here was showing. So basically it was an animation where NAO was asking Po, the Kung Fu Panda character, to be part of the team, and he was showing some Kung Fu moves. It was very, very cool. Why I'm playing this from the internet when I have it on my hard drive?
Did you say that you posted the apps on the...
Yeah, they're all available. All available.
On the store, or?
But there is no store, so is
Oh, okay.
they are on the old store as free, and but they are not currently compatible with the NAO Key 2.1. And also there is another issue, which is that most of my apps are based on the Google Speech-to-Text module, which is now being updated, and it only allows 50 requests per day. So I still need to have time to be able to update them. But the problem is that I have no time. So, and let me see if I can find it here. So, but it was very cool. And it was still at the beginning when it was still white with a mustache. But as I said, you can find this online, so you can take a look and watch it there. Any other question? Yes. Front.
3D printing.
Yes.
Because you've shown that you can take it apart, and basically you got these simple scanners these days that
Mm-hmm.
you scan it apart, and as long as the inside is the same, you know, so you can make it.
Yes. So my future project is that I took, while I was getting the robot repairs, and when I was busy with work and stuff, and I got married in June, so it was a big mess and everything. I spent, I think, 2 or 3 months working with a 3D printer. So I never did 3D printing before, but because my job is computer graphics, so one part was covered. And so I spent time refining. I had a friend of mine build a 3D printer for me. It's based on a Ultimaker model, and then it customized it a little bit. So I took this 2 or 3 months time to get the process kind of clear, because it looks simple, but at this state is not, because there are a lot of variables involved in 3D printing. Like if you buy a 3D printer and you're using it in London, you will get one result. If you're using it in Florida or LA, it's completely different, because the temperature affects your print a lot.
There's other companies as well, 3D printing service companies. Basically, you send them your model and they print it.
Yes. So for 3D scanning, the thing is that I'm a super geek with technology and everything. So I have Oculus Rift, Leap Motion, 3D, everything. So I was trying to put everything together at one point. The problem is that the 3D scanner, like the Kinect 2, is not super precise to take measurement. So it's kind of doing an average of points and stuff. So you can use the 3D scanner as a base for your measurements, but then you need to refine and remodel and resculpt.
There's a MakerBot as well. MakerBot.
Yeah. The main two companies that are doing very cool printers are the consumer one. There's Ultimaker or MakerBot.
No, they have a scanner as well. I mean, I know that.
No.
Still
No. It's very expensive and stupid. Also, maybe it's not stupid, but I don't need to 3D scan a gnome about this size. If I want to scan something with laser, I need the laser to do, something like this, like a person or something like that. Something completely not related to now, but about 3D scanning technology, and this is more related to my work. I've been playing a lot with 3D scanning of humans because I need to, for my work, to replicate humans, and this is also a test I made for, but this is something else completely not related to now. But this is a software called Face Shift. They will let you use the Kinect to 3D scan your face, readapt the 3D scan data, and create like a virtual avatar of you, and then with that you can drive another virtual character. But as you can see from here, this was using a Kinect 1, so if you're trying to take measure with this, it doesn't really work. This one is correct because what it's doing, it has like a default 3D geometry that is then readapting to your facial feature. This is a combination of depth point clouds from the depth camera, OpenCV, so it's recognizing the eyeballs and the lips and stuff, and then it's readapting their basic geometry to my face. And this was done in like 5 minutes. And then you can use that as a base to do something else. But it's still not a very clear technology that we're still experimenting with. So going back to now, there are already some 3D parts that you can print for now. If you go to, what's the name? Wait. This is the first person. This is the first person. Oh, wait. I wanna. Because you also need to have fun. This was at the wedding of a friend of mine around 1 a.m. So we were going. Wait. There is the best part. Wait. Yeah, but talking about, there is there is this website called Thingiverse. It is a community that MakerBot create. Basically, in this website, you can share all your 3D geometries that you can print on their 3D printers or any other 3D printer. And on here there are already some stuff that you can print for now. There is an head mount that you can print and attach a Kinect camera to it. Or, I think I don't have connection anymore. Oh yeah.
There is an extra Thingiverse.
Right. Oh no. No. I got the thing here. Okay, so if you go to, if you look for NAO robot, right now you can find only a couple of things. But the cool thing is that you can get this model, which is, look at this. I think this was done by a guy in university, I don't know where. And, but you can take this part and change it in the way you want. You can create a mount for, a GoPro. I was planning, if I wasn't very busy, I was planning to take this and make a bunny ears for now. So yeah, you can do many things with 3D printing now. And my next project will be to, as I said, create that rubber band or something to hold the cable, and then do some something like pieces of armors that you can customize your robot more, or maybe pieces of armors that you can put on your robot and attach additional things to it, like sensors, or you can do whatever you want. And Lego. And the important thing when you are modifying your NAO or doing anything or creating apps is always look around. And because every single thing you see around, it can be an inspiration for you. Like, for example, Exapod toy. I was looking at this. Okay, this is something that we can do as well with NAO. So this is arachnoid. Look at this. It's kind of an Exapod that shoots foamy discs, but it has pieces of armors. And if you hit these pieces of armors, they are coming off. And this is something we can do a laser tag with NAO. We can create mounts that can also have these additional pieces on top. And then we can play with NAO in this way. So, and another thing I want to do is, because NAO cannot really see very well during nighttime, so create a sort of LED strips that you can put on your head with, like sunglasses shapes or anything. Yeah. And you can plug it to the USB on the back, and so you can see more. Or, anything, really anything. Like special, I think I have a roadmap of all the things I want to do, which is like super long. And one is like creating tools for NAO to let NAO use objects that we normally use. Like there was a video about NAO playing xylophone or something like that. Yeah, which is amazing. But I think he was holding these sticks with, I don't know, with something not really clean. And so the idea it can be also to create a sort of negative shape for the NAO hand, where inside you can have you can put something, and you can maybe with a handle you can twist it and change the way NAO is holding. So you can do that by starting with a soft material, making a mold, and then from there you can extract the shape. You can do whatever you want. I'm also very very inspired by some YouTubers that they are crazy. There is one guy from UK, which is I think is called James something, and he did is building a Hulkbuster costume with 3D printing pieces, and it's crazy. It's just crazy. Let me see if I can find it. Robot. Yeah, this guy.
Oh yeah, I've seen that.
This guy is a genius.
Iron Man.
Yeah, the Iron Man suit, and he's doing everything in his own attics. He has 2 huge 3D printers where he's building things and coming up with ideas, and I think we have to take a lot of explanation.
So to go, I produced the opening arm pod devices where weapons and things are going to be stored, which I'm going to build. And I've also got motors that operate.
See, look at it.
Last time I sorted out the elbow joint, which is driven by a pulley with 9
Oh, this guy is great.
as a drive belt. And today, hopefully, we're going to come along and build some more frame for the up arm and look at where the shoulder bit is going to be mounted.
So that's it. We can keep going and talk about everything, but you guys have additional questions about anything?
Yeah, just one question. So you mentioned the apps are on the community.
Yes. So
Where can I find them?
They are under they are in the old store.
In the old store. Okay.
Yes, and you can also find it on the new store. There is only one application, which is Check Fact.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, that's my one.
That's about the beers, right? That one?
Yeah, it's about telling jokes about Chuck Norris.
Okay.
Yeah, and but all the old apps should be still on the old project pages and stuff. So I will, when I have time, I will slowly port them to 2.1, which I don't think can be. I think I just need to update some sit down and stand up code and other bits and pieces.
Cool. Thanks.
Yeah, no problem. Yes.
What are the specs for the rubber rings for the fingers?
What do you mean?
You use the rubber bands for the
Yes.
diameter and...
Let me check. I think...
what do I need to know to buy them on Amazon, basically?
I should have the
Picture, you could see the
yes,
reference.
yes. Let me check it. So it's not here. This one. I think there are 200 millimeters. No,
10 millimeters.
10 millimeter silicone ring.
Oh yeah. Those would be the same you use for an air tank if you dive.
Maybe, yeah. But the thing I was trying to say is that think about how the Wii was successful just putting two technologies together, like the accelerometer that was used for many years in helicopters and everything, and they put two things together that were not really meant to be at the beginning. So I think with NAO or anything else you want to do with 3D printing, you can always do stuff. Any other question? No? Cool.
Okay, David, thank you very much.
Thank you.